This video is on leading zeros. Leading zeros are always important, but they're never significant. If that made perfect sense to you, then you can probably just skip the rest of this video. But if you're a little confused, keep listening. I'll explain it. Alright, leading zeros are those zeros in front of a number. You'll never see them when you're talking about big numbers. You'll never see a 0 100 or 0 1000. You only see 0 in front of 0.1 or 0.01. Very small numbers that are smaller than 1 but bigger than 0. So for example, we've got 0.1. That's 10%. It has one leading zero. That first zero, I know, you're tempted to say it's just 0.1. Don't give in. Don't do that. 0.1 has one leading zero, and if you don't say the zero, you won't remember the zero. So always say 0.1 or 0.01. That's what I meant when I said leading zeros are important. You don't leave out a zero just because it doesn't mean anything on its own. If you're expecting your friend to pay you $10 and he only pays you $1, you'd be pretty disappointed about that, wouldn't you? Or if you're expecting $100 and you only got 10, they just left out a zero, that's all they did, but you'd be very disappointed about that, wouldn't you? It's quite a difference. On the other hand, if you thought you only had to pay $10 and you really have to pay $100, again, it's just a zero. It doesn't mean anything on its own, but where it is very important. So 0.1 has one leading zero, 0.01 has two leading zeros, and don't forget how many there are. That's very important when we get to scientific notation. You will be kicking yourself if you've got bad habits when it comes to talking about leading zeros now. But when it comes to significant figures, leading zeros are never significant. So 0.1 has one significant figure. 0.12 has two significant figures. 0.0000 with 100 leading zeros with a 1 at the end of it, it's got one significant figure. Okay, no matter how many leading zeros we've got, they are not significant figures. None of them count for significant figures. We need to know how many there are. We need to remember that they're important, but they never count as significant figures. Everything after our leading zeros count as significant figures. Every single one of them. So even if there's a 0, 0.10 has two significant figures. 0.00012345 has 5 significant figures. If this video helped you understand leading zeros better, subscribe to my channel and like this video. If you don't understand something, then please write a comment and we'll get back to you. We'll explain it. If there's something else you want to see explained, feel free to write a comment too, and maybe I'll get to that in a future video. Until then, keep doing science.